Airskillz podcast.
What up, what up, what up? This is your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCray, and thank you for tuning in to Airskillz podcast. I got my co-host.
Lord Rudy, man, that's me.
There you go, man. You know, sometimes we always gotta practice this thing because he get forgetful sometimes. He forget his own name.
I don't necessarily be forgetful. I just
Okay.
be forgetting to do stuff.
Okay, all
Is
right,
that the
man.
same thing?
Is that? I don't think so, but I'm gonna go along with you.
Something like that, though.
Something on that level.
It's cool, man. I'm always somewhere else.
Right on. Me too. You
Yeah,
talking
so
about mentally or you talking about physically?
It'd be a little bit of both, really, if you want to break it down. But we here today, man. I'm ready for an exciting show, man.
How you doing
We're
today?
doing it on a Thursday today instead of Friday. What'd you say?
I said, tell me something good, man. Yeah, I know the schedule is it's you know, sometimes you just gotta flip it up, you know. I know you've been traveling, I've been traveling. So you know, sometimes you just gotta kind of flip it up, right?
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, man. You said tell you
Tell me
something good.
Yeah, tell me something good this week, man.
This week, man. I'm still here. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm learning more and more about myself. I'm learning that it's okay not to be okay. I'm learning that it's okay to lean on other people. And I'm most of all, I'm learning to just be. It's all a journey, man. Every day.
It's all a journey, man.
Yeah.
I like that shirt, man.
I appreciate it, man. I made one, and when somebody saw it, they asked me for it. And you know what I'm saying? When they ask for anything this person asked for, I got to do it. Even if I can't, I gotta figure out how to do it. And that's how I'm gonna introduce her and bring her on site with us, man. I'm excited. We got a special guest today, man. We had one last week, but this one is I can't even explain it, man.
All right, let's set them up. Hold on, let's set up the backstory first.
Okay.
Before we bring this guest on, because I'm excited as well. So give us a little backstory. I know we both been knowing this person, but I'm gonna let you lead the way and do the introduction and all that. You know,
well, I'm pretty sure you've been knowing her longer than me.
True.
But when I met her, first thing she did was sun me. That's the first thing she did. I walked into the warehouse on 31st across from Questions, and Divine introduced her, and I think I said something just, you know me, bro, and she was like, "What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna talk to me like that. You're gonna address me this way, and I'm gonna address you that way. And if you're not gonna address me this way, then ain't gonna be no dressing."
Right.
Wow. And from that moment on, I'm gonna just summarize it. She deemed me baby boy. And I did not know what that meant until she finally explained it to me, man. And she's like the greatest big sister you could ever have. She's the greatest friend you can ever have. She's one of the most amazing resources that you could ever have. And it don't matter what it is, man. She always gonna be there. Even if she don't feel like being there, she gonna be there. Without further ado, one of the most amazing people that I ever met in my life, Miss Patrice Green.
There she go. There she go. You know what I'm saying?
Like that?
All the way up.
Wow.
Alley-oop, as Rudy was saying. Is that an alley-oop, folks?
That was a lie.
That was loud.
Ready?
Patrice, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I'm thrown because wow.
What?
Wow. Thank you, Rudy. That was very, very kind of you. Very kind.
Yeah, was it? See, sometimes you have a hint of sarcasm in the things you say. Is this one of those moments?
Genuinely, my heartfelt appreciation. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you.
Man, I try to do what I can do.
Patrice, we've been knowing each other for a while too, right? We've been knowing each other for a while. You've been kind of like big sister also like a big sister, auntie, mother kind of figure for
I
a lot
was
of
just about to say
us,
that.
young entrepreneurs. You kind of kept us in line numerous of times, especially at the warehouse. It was some situations,
Them
a lot
days,
of
them
men,
days, them
a lot of
days.
men, a lot of boys, a lot of situations. So Patrice would
Y'all,
always
y'all
come
was being
in,
yourselves.
wreck shop, let us know, what I'm saying, to clean up after yourselves and all of that good stuff. So how you doing, love?
I'm doing well. It's an absolute honor to be on this side of the table.
Right on.
It's so crazy, I've talked with both of you over my own platforms, but to be the interviewee this time is kind of weird. But we're gonna see how it goes. I'm excited to be here. You two have been so instrumental in being a part of the encouragement that I receive. When I'm looking for um, points of motivation for myself. You know what I'm saying? And you think about the people that you work with and the successes that they are, gaining. You I noticed this person, and these are some of the ties that we taught. And you two are definitely some of the people that I go to for, what do I,
Hello.
where am I? And so watching you all is very inspiring. Thank you.
So tell a little bit to people about yourself a little bit.
That
Who don't
is
know.
a crazy reminder for us.
Well, I'm sorry, what you say,
We
Rudy?
was both talking at the same time.
Okay.
Malk, you froze up.
So who am
and
I
was
answering?
talking.
Okay. I was saying just tell people about a little bit about yourself who don't know you and about what you do and so on.
Okay, well, at this moment in this stage in my life, I am a licensed massage therapist, also an alternative health practitioner. I own a company called Calm Wellness Services, which I'm very proud of and excited of. As a massage therapist, it's just a different way to see life. Of course, I have a background on entrepreneurship, multimedia marketing, brand specialist, radio show. I have my own pods and things like that. But the core of who I am and what I believe is like my God work is really just understanding this holistic medicine approach. And that is what moves my heart and my spirit. And I feel like I'm able to connect and touch with people way better than I did when I was focused on artistry, or differently so when I was focused on just other levels of entrepreneurship. Being able to be a part of healing and transitioning or transforming people's lives is just nothing like it.
Deep. Go ahead, Rudy.
No, I was trying to double back when she was just saying that how she comes to us and gets inspiration and all that. Like she ain't the light herself. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't where we go.
Well, that's a true sign of mirror reflection. Some positive relationships when we can reflect one another. Reflect to one another and be able to say, this is the light you show me. You know what I mean? And this is how I move forward. And when my days are dark, then here's a little light for you. That's dope to be able to have that. And a lot of people in this life don't have that. So I feel very lucky.
Yeah. Can you share some of the key principles or philosophies that guided your approach to the holistic wellness?
As I got older, I realized the value in touch. And literally, a lot of noticing that a lot of older people don't get a chance to experience that. As people get older, people stop touching them. It's crazy that to even think that. We think that when we're younger, we hug our grandparents and we sit on their laps. We hug our significant others and all, but we stop doing that. It's it's a crazy trend that happens. We get so caught up in our own lives and we forget to do that. But what I did some research and I studied that there is actual healing in the power of people touching. So staying connected to people, keeping those energy sources reconnected, charges your life force. You know what I'm saying? It quote unquote gives you a reason to live. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's subconscious or not. And because of that, I'm like, well, how do I become a part of that? How do I stay connected to that? And then being single person and I don't have any children, you know, I thought about, you know, my legacy, you know, when I leave this life, what is it going to look like? And who, you know, who's going to take care of me? You know, what would that look like? So being a care provider, I wanted to open the door to the universe to, you know, if I'm a caregiver, you know what I'm saying, to be available, then that someone in return would care for me also. So when I start thinking about those types of things, I want to be able to, you know, start ignite that, you know, what does that look like, and being available to encourage the power of touch. And of course, the most professional way to do that or to engage that. I mean, I could have became a professional hugger. That being a massage therapist was probably a better option.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I recently had the privilege of going to COM when my pops passed, and first thing Tree said is like, just come, I need to love on you. And
right.
The experience was unmatched, G.
Hold on, let me pause you. Let me pause you right there, because it wasn't unmatched, man. You kept talking about it for weeks.
That's because
every time I would talk to you, you know, you'd be like, man, Patrice, man, I went this, she did this energy thing. So last week specifically, you know, he broke it. Hey, bro, no matter what, when we having Patrice on the show, because we need to talk about, you know, this experience. So break it down, folks. Tell me a little bit about the experience, man.
Yeah, tell me about the experience, Rudy. I just did the massage. I want to know how you felt about it.
From the first time that I came to COM, it's literally the energy in the building is exactly the name. Like, no matter what you're going through, no matter the situation, no matter how you feeling, when you walk in that place, you have no choice but to honor the energy. And the energy goes completely to just peace, peace and calmness. And the energy reminds you that it's going to be okay. And then from there, I was greeted with a drink. I don't know what was in it, but it definitely calmed your boy down.
You gotta know what your people like. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what your people like.
Gave me a drink. It just was like, yo, take your time. Whenever you're ready, just let me know, and we're gonna get started. She started with the 60-minute just regular massage, and then she went into the Reiki massage. And I felt a lot of discomfort in the Reiki massage because I never had one before. And two, I didn't know what to expect. So once I had it, we completed it. She set me down and explained everything that I was going through without even me saying the word. And she broke
when you
it
say
down.
Going through, what do you mean going through?
Just from the loss of my dad, just other burdens and issues, me taking care of a lot of people, me dealing with a lot of adversity in my life and things of that nature. And she knows how hard I've been going for the last 16 years, really. But the last 3 to 4 have been like, they've been serious. So just for her to break it down, but she gave me tools, like real life, like this is what you have to do. I think her exact words was like, you have to put all of this down or it's going to put you down. And that's really what she said. And it came from a heartfelt place and from a person that knows me and a person that literally like has been here and knows what I'm going through, to just be there, like with no question, just to say like, you got to put this stuff down, because while you trying to take care of everybody else, who's taking care of you? So it opened up a lot of opportunities in my life for me to fix some things. And I can't wait to go back to COM. I was supposed to be there today, but my flight got delayed. So I'll be there tonight. But yeah, that experience was what I tell you folks, when you get there, you gotta ain't no question, you gotta go. Like you gotta go. It's an oasis in the city. I tell everybody about it because she Black.
Right.
I appreciate that.
And her God work is literally to help and heal people, not just on the physical level, but on the mental and spiritual level. We don't get that in our community, and we got it in the community. And we say we want to do the work, but are you really doing the work?
So Patrice, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Could you explain to individuals, some of the viewers who aren't familiar with Reiki, alternative holistic, practices? Can you kind of break some of these terms down just for the everyday individual?
Absolutely. So Reiki is literally a mastery of the use of the energy that the universe produces, basically. We are all, if you went to school, basic science, we were created of energy, water, you know what I'm saying, flesh, water, molecules moving around doing their things. And so in order to be able to harness that energy or harness that movement for our bodies, we are taking on, the Westerners are taking on, of course, this Eastern concept of energy movement, which is, if you ask me, of course, the source of life, not just outside of the construct of basic religion, but just understanding who we are in a metaphysical sense, like where we are to a cellular level. The easiest way I like to explain this people is Reiki is a transference or control of that energy from one space to another. And sometimes a practitioner is granted permission of the universe to be able to utilize that energy, to be able to promote healing, to be able to promote stress release, change in the body, motivating, just an overall wellness effect. How we get that is, of course, there are practices and attunements, and then you start with a Reiki master, and a master either attunes you to be able to do that. An attunement basically means you learn the practice, you study the practice, and then you become, the easiest way to say that is granted permission to practice in accordance with these traditions and beliefs. Okay. The easiest way I can explain it for people to kind of grasp it is, for those of you who are familiar with the Karate Kid. Now, I try to use that because it's the easy way to reference it. In the scene where Daniel was in his major fight, big fight, he got his leg not necessarily broken, but busted up really good, and he was almost unable to use it. And Mr. Miyagi went into the room with him, and he was like, "You sure you want to do this?" He was like, "Do the thing, do the thing." And then do the thing. He took a breath. He gathered the energy out of the air. He focused it on, and then redirected that energy directly into his leg. And he wasn't perfect in that moment, but it was enough that he was able to restore him to be able to, move forward to get that done. And sometimes just all you need is enough to be able to promote the health in the moment, so that your body can trigger the rest of the healing. As a massage therapist, we touch you, we moving the muscles around, techniques to help promote healing, but your body is doing all the healing. Your body is the thing that is making you well, or releasing and relieving between your body and what's happening with you emotionally and psychologically. Your spirit is controlling what's happening with your body, and we are just practitioners to help facilitate that along. I wouldn't dare take credit for healing anybody or doing anything. I'm here to help your body do what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need a little encouragement. You talk about deep tissue massages and why they leave bruises, because you break you have to injure the muscle in order to trigger your pain receptors, as well as your healing endorphins to kick in, so your body knows that something needs to happen there. That's all that's happening. Sometimes it takes a little bit more triggering than others. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can take it just a brush across the skin to remind the body this. That's why sometimes when you touch certain areas, when you're getting a massage, it hurt like crazy when you first touch it. And the longer you touch it, the less it hurts. It's just a process of learning how to, when to, all these different things. And then trusting that it's not just a you thing, and understanding that you're just a facilitator. It's not me. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm helping you heal your body.
Beautiful. I love that. My wife is a Reiki practitioner, and she's done numerous sessions on me. I just know one specific, I think it was a couple years ago. Man, I got sick, real sick. I think I probably even had COVID, and I was, man, just going through it. And she came in and did a session with me, and it just like really gave me the energy and was able to remove some of that stagnated energy.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing how your body can recoup, you know, and recondition itself, built around when you give it time to heal, you know.
You know, it's interesting as far as Reiki goes. It also speaks to the power of the mind and how we're connected to this flesh. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're all here in body, but body, mind, spirit, you know, in accordance to the Most High. But with the power of the mind, Reiki connects you with practices that teach you how to redirect and maintain and control. Like you in control of all of that. You know where how much pain you're enduring. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's pain at all associated with something at all, how you can let it go, how you can disconnect from that, or how you can redirect it. Well, I remember this right after getting right after becoming a practitioner, I got a tattoo, right? And I didn't want to like put any numbing cream or anything like that on whatever. I wanted to see if, you know, practicing my Reiki, you know, could I get through it, redirecting that energy. That's the first time I'd ever done Reiki on myself. And then done it to redirect the pain. It wasn't pain free, but listen, it was almost, it's once you can stay focused and stay in the tune with keeping your mind on moving that energy and moving that pain, it's surprising. Like the mind is amazing. Amazing.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Well, I was there during COVID when she began to go to school for this, and I commend you for it because literally it showed the discipline. I didn't know what she was talking about, just like when you used to talk about stuff, Matt. I didn't know what you was talking about, but for her to create her own world, just as you did with the land, and to see it come to fruition in the context that it did, I was blown away by the consistency. Can you explain or define the context of the consistency that you had in your personal health and well-being and building this entire conglomerate? Because it wasn't easy. I know it wasn't easy.
I'm completely honest and tell you, I'm still working on my consistency. I'm still working on my consistency. The whole, I feel like God blessed me with the opportunity to do what I asked to be able to do, which was to extend my legacy. And in order to do that, I needed to be able to be as impactful as I could. And in order to commit to that, because legacy was important to me, I'm like, how do I ensure that? So I studied, I stay focused. I'm always looking up different techniques and following up stuff down. It doesn't change. I mean, I'm licensed in the state of Wisconsin, so every 2 years you got to have a certain amount of credits under your belt anyway. Continuing education credits is not a thing. I mean, it's not a game, but you got to stay focused, but staying committed to your own mental peace, because energy transfers. Like energy is an exchange. I just talked to you about Reiki and how it's from one moving energy from one source to another and controlling that. Imagine if I'm having a bad day. Imagine and then I come and I massage and I give you all the stress of somebody else. You're gonna leave there pissed off. You might, and you're not gonna even know why. You're gonna be irritated, trying to focus on gathering you some peace, and you're gonna be not in a good mood. So I work on not touching people when I'm not in my best space. I definitely don't do it. Like I would cancel my day, and but my clients know that when they walk in my door, we talk about this. I do an intake. I never just walk you right in to go into massage. You go right into the room. Absolutely not. I need to sit and talk with you because you have to be willing to receive our connection, because it's a connection that's happened. I'm going to touch you. And that's important. that when we touch, all energy exchange, yours to me and me to you. And if I don't know how to block or control that, then you need to, and you don't know how to block and control that, that can be really messy. So I learned that we talk, we connect, and then we talk about what the practice is going to look like for that day, what our plan is. And then I also am very open with saying it's going to start this way. And if something comes across, do you want me to tell you that I noticed something different, or do you want me to just continue? You know what I mean? I check for things on lesions on my patients, on my client's skin. I check for changes in the their blood temperature. I mean, their skin. If there's something else going on, I look for all kinds of things. I know that my practice, most people go to massage and they just want to quote unquote feel good, but feeling good is not always the fluffy massage. It means something else. So I think it's important that when we are gauging our practice or putting things together, that we attune it to each individual person. So I gotta talk to you and I gotta figure out what's going on in your life and make things available. So the consistency there would be, for me, is taking the time to get to know each one of my clients, taking the time to study my practice and understand what is required individually, as opposed to trying to group everything and everybody into a big pile of, this will work, because it don't work like that.
Right. Let me ask you, if I can, because I told my experience from my side of the table. Can you tell my experience from your side?
Are you sure you want that?
Yes, I don't mind.
I mean, because it's private, you know what I'm saying? And I can't, if you tell me I can. But if somebody has called me, it was like,
don't be getting exposed.
You
cannot. Don't be getting exposed, son.
I'm just asking. You want me to be sure? You sure?
No, but I really want the people to hear from the experience that you got, so they can see how in depth you went and how amazing you are at your craft.
I appreciate you for that. So when he came in, you could see the stress all over him, and as trying to look at him outside of being, what I'm saying, big sis, you know what I mean, but looking at him as a client, it was very difficult, because when somebody you care about is in duress, you can see it. And now I can see it on you as a practitioner, as well as my brother. You know what I mean? So now not only do I see your physical duress, but now I see your duress in your spirit. I see the change in the colors of your aura. I see the other in the color and the energy that's bouncing off your body. I can literally see all of that because of the energy practices. So when you come in, I'm looking at you not just in your flesh. I'm looking at you as much as you are allowing me to see. And so the more vulnerable you were, the more I could kind of pick you apart. And where there was color changes, where your chakra was disaligned and you had odd colors, like some of your root was faded. We talk about the chakra alignment in different colors. You got the red, was it red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or turquoise, green, teal, purple, you know what I'm saying? And then either the white halo. Just for alignment from root to crown. A lot of your chakra colors were like muddied, is the easiest way I can put that. Trying to make it so it's like a cloudy, like some people have really bright chakra poles, or some people have lighter ones. Some people are the wrong color. Some of them are misaligned, like it's not even in the right spot. You get what I'm saying? And your root was it's supposed to be red, or that root, that color, like a brackish color. It wasn't red. Let me just say that it was not red. It was very dark, but you could see the red underline in it, whatever. That just told me your root was muddy. That means your foundation was off, and that something was troubling your foundation. Of course, your green, your heart area kept bursting like this. That's all, like your heart was broken. So I knew that immediately, but I knew that coming in, but I could physically see it on you. And so I'm like, and then your mind was, it's like, how do I explain? You ever seen like on a cartoon where they do like, if something like this happened over somebody's head, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you look like. So imagine, so now you got this muddy root, You get what I'm saying? And it's kind of muddied all the way up into this heart. Your heart chakra is doing like this, and all up in your head is doing like this. So I'm like, yeah, bro is all over the place. His heart is broken. His foundation is thrown off. He's not sure what what do I do now is where I'm at. Is what I got from him. And I'm like, okay, well, you gotta going through all the other things that are happening in your personal life without overexposing any of that. All of that was tied into, and then losing your father. I'm like, okay, yeah, come on in here. Let's at least clean out some of the mud. Okay. And then being that you are such a caregiver for other people, a lot of the energy that was muddying or clouding your own chakra or clouding your own alignment didn't even belong to you. Like you taking on other people's stresses. Like I'm like, first of all, that is not yours. And if you know, we all have a body frequency, you know, your body frequencies and alignments, whatever. You have frequencies that belong to you, like other energies that didn't belong to you. Like clearly, it's like you collected. You know how you take a one of those putties and rub it across the keyboard. You pick up all that stuff.
Right.
It's kind of what it looks like. So you got all this extra stuff on there. I'm like, this is not even yours. Could you, sir? You cannot shoulder all of this on your own and then still not need someone to help you do it. You know what I'm saying? Help you get through some of this. So the massage part, the touching part, is the easy part. Manipulating muscles, learning that. You learn it in school. Anybody can learn to do this is the leg, this is the arm, these are the muscles that are in there. Anybody can learn that. You know what I'm saying? But staying connected to you enough to protect you in the spiritual, to connect you in your energy is a different type of thing, and everybody shouldn't touch everybody's energy. You know, you're not in tune for that. Unfortunately, brother was all over the place. There was some brokenness and a lot of inability to release because some of his terminals for release were also blocked. But that happens when we hold on to things that we should let go of. You know what I'm saying? We just hold on to stuff. You got backpacks and stuff on, little pockets, little knots in your pockets and things. And you're like, are you going to put some of that down? The thing about it, though, is even as a practitioner, I'm only there and able to encourage your release. I can't snatch anything from your spirit or snatch anything from your energy that you don't let go. And so if you are like, yeah, I'm mad about this, my heart is broken about this, but I'm going to keep it. I can pull and pull and pull, and it's literally going to feel like this. It's literally you're going to feel the pull, feel the connection. But if you don't let go, I can't have it and release it to the universe or release it to where it would go for it to not be on you anymore. I will say that once we got through some of the breathing techniques, which I definitely absolutely encourage anybody to do box breathing, encourage you to do core based breathing, to learn control and how to calm your synergy. Then that helps to release some of that stuff, to let you go, to make things clearer. It's like pushing a gust of air through your body to get rid of all of the smoke, just so you can see the things clearly, and then you can choose. Oh yeah, that don't belong to me. It settles your ruckus down. Oh yeah, okay. Let me look at that. Let me, especially you being so logical, it was able to give you a moment to say, okay, I can afford to not hold on to that no more, or I can afford to let that go. And while we were doing that, I also happened to be massaging your muscles, which were a freaking mess, because they had not been stretched or moved around or cared for or anything. So we had knots in our hips, knots in his lower back. His IT bands were so taut that just a gentle touch along the side of them was making him wince. His shoulders were impacted like up and in like this. You know, almost like he is now.
Right.
I'm not gonna say that. That was like yes now, but you know, all this is supposed to be open, you know what I'm saying, and available for whatever releasing that you need to do. If you gather all your body into this way and you constantly stay impacted, this is crazy. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can, but you won't be comfortable. And you can do it and you won't be in peace if you're doing that.
I love that breakdown. As an artist, to kind of piggyback of what you were saying, I remember, I did a lot of custom work for years, and I did a lot of memorial and rest in peace t-shirts for years. Just in growing up in Milwaukee, and as I traveled the world, and I realized that a lot of artists and creative individuals don't pay attention to energy. So here we are taking on these responsibilities to do projects, whether it's corporate, whether it's personal projects for clients, and we take on all of this energy because the demand, the financial structure of like, oh, I got to get paid, I got to do this, and then you don't realize that you're using your energy and how much energy it takes to be able to facilitate and be an artist and a creative individual. So I remember, in the height of my career when I was the busiest, being sick, having boils, having different things, in my body, just built around all of the responsibility, the stress, and the things that I was putting on myself as an artist and not giving myself enough time to release these things into the world, So I want you to talk a little bit about, if you can, some tools that we can use in our lives to promote consistency, to promote inner peace, inner healing. And if it's anything specifically, I know you are an artist yourself, a vocalist, and poetry and different things, and you worked with a lot of creative individuals. So could you kind of give us a little bit of help as creative individuals, or what we can do to kind of help align ourselves a little bit more?
Before you do
creative
that,
people.
wait, before you do that,
Yeah.
we just talking about calm. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about the podcast. We ain't talking about the radio show.
I got you.
How many hats do you have other than dealing with us?
This is what I got. This one. That's facts. We are. I'm a licensed massage therapist. I say that always first. Of course, alternative holistic practitioner. I stand on them the first and foremost. Also a radio show host on blowradio.com, going on 13 years now.
You got to slow it down. I know you so used to just bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
I tell people that all the time, and I just did exactly what I tell people not to do all the time. I am a licensed massage therapist, alternative holistic practitioner, and I'm associated with two different organizations. Of course, American Association of Massage Therapists, and then a CMA also, which is alternative medicine association as well. In addition to that, I am a radio show host on blowradio.com. I have been there for almost 13 years, and I use my platform to talk about health and women, entrepreneurship, and strengthening communication skills. I also have a podcast that airs on Wednesdays that's called The Bartender's Lounge. And so we chop it up, of course, as a licensed bartender. I spend time with that's my fun time thing. So we chop it up. We share about drinks, technology, things that's coming up with how to improve service in the hospitality industry. Of course, I'm a mentee and a mentor in the industry of media, multi-marketing, and radio, and a few other thousand things, but that's not important. We're talking about, I know, Rudy, I know. This like only thing that like really like warms my heart though. Like, seriously, I do those things because I've been doing them for years. I have a more than 20 years of experience in multimedia marketing, as well as youth development, organization, and programming. I've been doing that forever. Like, that's literally, I do that with my eyes closed. This is what I do with my heart, and because it makes my heart sing. You know what I mean? The only thing that ever did that besides massage was when I performed. When I was a performer and when I was on stage, it's nothing like being on stage as a creative. There's nothing like being in that moment. And this work here, it's 10 times that. It's 10 times that. Being able to like be that. Like I thought music and that was my thing. It did. It felt amazing. But this, and it's nothing like it. I feel so privileged that the Most High would allow me to be part of that practice for somebody else. Like that's a gift to be able. Man, come on! Don't make me get too emotional because that's it right there. That's
what was
the
the
joy
difference?
Of it all.
What was the difference from the art form that maybe that can kind of like wing into like the question about the creative side of it? What was the difference?
The difference is one, when I performed, I performed. It was entertainment. It was fun. I learned that you still got to leave all of yourself on the stage. You still got to come forward or whatever the case may be. The only difference, literally, because you got to think, I didn't perform for me. I performed for me and the people. I massage for my guests and for me. Like massage is benefit for me too, as the practitioner. The only difference is the field. That's it. And I think that understanding, I have a better understanding now of what that exchange of energy is meant. Like people call it the it factor. You know what I'm saying? In entertainment, if you're an artist, you got it. If you're performing, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Some people touch a airbrush and kill them.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? And kill them because you have it. There's something powerful to be delivered with every brush of paint that you deliver to whatever canvas that is. You know what I'm saying? And as a performer, as singer performer, I didn't know what that was. I'm not going to say that I didn't have it. I wasn't connected to it in the way that I'm connected to this part of healing, this stage in my life, and understanding that not only did some music that we performed or lyrics save lives, but this saves lives. This heals people. This makes you feel better. And then I can see it right now. Like right now, when you get up on the table, when you walk away, I can see the change in the color of your aura. I can see the change in your chakra. I can see your walk different. I can see your head is higher. I can see your shoulders are dropped back. Like right now, and that instant gratification for me makes me that much more thankful, that much more appreciative. And I just want to, I want to do more every time.
And I would say, you think you got away from the artistry of music. But the playlist she had for me when I was in that joint, man, what? So I feel like it enhanced it because it created a whole nother atmosphere for me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah,
that's important though. When you're there, you have to, I think it's important to create an entire environment. Like that's why calm is established the way that it is. And I appreciate you mentioned that when you walk in, you're supposed to walk into a space and feel something. Okay, and I'm not gonna say what because I can't predict for other people, but the name of the establishment is Calm, KALM, which is literally calmness. You know what I'm saying? I did some research on that when I came up with the name, but we'll talk about that.
And where's it located? Because people was wanting to know exactly where you at.
I am in Milwaukee, at 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. Well, actually in Glendale, but still 6333 North Green Bay Avenue. It's a beautiful establishment right next to a restaurant called The Brick. There's just no excess noise around us. It's just a beautiful, beautiful location. Bi-level, we have a couple of service rooms, and then we also have a amazing multi-purpose room, which is like a sunroom. The outside area is gorgeous. I have mad parking. So it's great. It's absolutely just a beautiful space.
Can people also book you virtually? Like if they're not in Milwaukee, can they kind of, do something? Do you do virtual like Reiki or anything on that level?
Absolutely. I do offer long distance Reiki practices. We can do Reiki energy exchange. We can do that. Also, my partner, her name is Katrina. She does sound therapy. So we offer, singing bowls, vibrational attunement, and that can be done also long distance as well.
So let me ask you this, because you know my mind get to spinning. I see you, I see Malk, and I see the whole calm world, I call it. Is it a possibility that Malk can come there and do something?
You're looking at a collaboration, huh?
It's always room to have
That's what I'm
collaboration.
talking about.
It's always room for collaboration.
Yeah, man.
Look, I'm looking at the nook. You know what I'm seeing? The nook outside where the chairs are right now.
I know you're talking about.
The canvas just going crazy.
That would be gorgeous.
And we got that. Bring that art therapy. Bring that art therapy in the game.
Listen, I would love to host an art therapy class. So the whole point of having calm wellness services, not be called calm massage and stuff, or Patrice's massage, anything, is because it's one greater than me. This is not just about me, and it's a wellness facility. So I want to help to facilitate opportunities for wellness on multiple platforms. Art is definitely on the table. I couldn't have it no other way. You know what I mean? Why would we not? And if there's an opportunity to have you come in and get some folks on deck to make that a beautiful experience, who says no to Malcolm McRae?
Right now, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, we talking about consistency. So, could you give us maybe like a couple challenges that you see like most people face when they're trying to establish like consistency in like their health routines?
First of all, most of us weren't taught the importance of it. And so we always become reactive instead of proactive. And in the space of reactiveness, we do it because we have to. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the thing about that is trying to change the mindset to understand that we have to before we have to. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense.
Break that down. Rewind one more time.
Is we have to before we have to. You know what I mean? If you're figuring out you want to live longer, you want to live healthier, and that's the better option, because we can't really all determine how long we live. We want to live healthier and enjoy the time that we're here for whatever that is. Then you have to be on deck before you have to be on deck. Breathing, taking your time, not blowing up on things, taking that second, that anger. Listen, we get so mad at when things don't go our way. Okay. And then we become belligerent or irate. And that spikes all of your levels, your blood pressure. It changes your cholesterol. It changes your heart rate. It changes the texture of your skin. It's so crazy when you become angry how your body changes formats. Your cells readjust. Okay. So learning to take a minute, literally take a pause. That's important. Gathering a pause, just take a second and be like, okay, before I respond here, because I can't control what you're doing, but I got all the control over here. I can manage me. I can't do anything about the things you said, anything about the things you've done, and or why you did it. I can only control what I do in response to that. Okay. And because of that, I can take a breath. I can do that box breathing is so important. And I encourage that in people's lives every day. You take a moment, and when you wake up in the morning, you have to reestablish another set of routine. You have to, that's the have to before that. You have to remember that eventually we're going to get older. Eventually these things are going to come to place, and we have to be more proactive in teaching our children that instead of in passing, like we were taught these things in passing. You'll get to it. You'll figure it out later. No. Teach your children now. Hey, listen, you need to take that extra breath before you do that, and make it a part of their daily life, because it needs to become habit. And you need to pause and be quicker to listen. You know what I'm saying? Before you speak, because you have to learn, take the whole situation in first. You know what I'm saying? Be accountable to yourself. You know what I mean? Before you have to be accountable to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? For what you did or did not do. And these are things that we just don't do enough of. Like we're talking about that first thing in the morning when you wake up, before you do anything, before you figure out, you have to establish a grounding. Like you have to reconnect your spirit, reconnect your body to this place every time. And we just don't do it enough. Get up, don't jump out of the bed and start running. Connect, look around, see what's happening. Connect to your body, take notice of what is happening in your body. How does your heart rate feel? You know, is your head throbbing? Did you get up too fast? Are you dizzy? You know, are you aching in places that you weren't aching yesterday? And if you are, you know, take a moment, then figure out time to stress. What we also don't do is understand that how do I say this? And this is my personal belief. I'm gonna say that. And I know we run by business and clocks and times or whatever, but time is like not real.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it's just not. When you wake up in the morning, that schedule that you have set for yourself, or the schedule you've committed to, is adjustable, yo.
Right.
It's adjustable, and you can take the time to say, you know, I need an extra 5 minutes. I need an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then if you need to change something somewhere else along the line, but prioritizing your well-being, prioritizing your mental comfort, prioritizing connecting to your body so that you can be in control. We just don't do it enough. Literally, that pause that morning before you jump out of bed and start roll over, be like, oh yeah, and then no, absolutely not.
Right.
And I learned the hard way. You get to the side of the bed, you sit on the side of the bed first. Let your body connect. And then you like, am I standing up or no?
Right.
Am I stretching? Do we need to do some yoga practice this morning? Do we need to do our intentional breathing? Do we literally need to lay back down and just do the movement from in the bed? However it is that you need to get your body and get all your everything circulation and flowing, excuse me. That is what we need to focus on. For consistency in wellness, consistency in mental, emotional health. You know what I'm saying? For consistency in how we are functioning in this life. You just getting up and moving because out of habit, you are in control of that. You have to remind yourself, I'm in control. If I need an extra 5 minutes, I'm gonna take us an extra 5 minutes, and everything else is gonna be all right because this is the priority.
What was that F word you used?
What you say, Rudy?
I said, what was that F word you used?
Which F word, Rudy?
Fluid or flowed or something.
Flow it. I think she said flow it. Fluid, be fluid or flow it.
Yeah.
I love everything that you're talking about. You know, in my own personal life, I've realized that, you know, slowing down, being in a moment and being conscious in the moment. You know, running businesses, dealing with clients, thinking about money, focusing in on business and social media, all of these different things kind of pull us out of being kind of like in the moment and, you know, environment, and, you know, just giving yourself some time to just be able to you know, be you know, be present. So I love all of those different tips. Rudy, you got any other questions or anything else, man, you want to touch up on?
No, man, I've just been taking notes. I'm
Yes.
curious to see. Patrice, run it down. Like give us the address one more time. Give us the website. Give us the time for when you hosting the radio show. The time when you're doing the podcast. Because
okay. Just if I can just also really quick just say that you know, I just wanted to encourage everybody that is watching and you too also. You know what I mean? To earlier on in life, like as soon as now, whenever the now is for you, to not be discouraged if you hadn't up until this moment, whatever the it is. You know what I'm saying? That it's not too late to take a couple extra breaths. It's not too late to change your program. It's not too late to slow down. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that you're old. It just means that you care. It doesn't mean that you feel like you're running out of time and everything is hurrying up and speeding along and getting us pushed past whatever. It just means that you've prioritized what's important, just like you do everything else with your family, your children, your work responsibilities, all these things that we have in this life. COVID showed us nothing else. They showed us that this life will move on without you. You know what I mean? And in order to have the best quality engagement while you're here, just slow down, yo. It's all right. It's not gonna go nowhere, I promise. But anyway, meet me at so the name of the business is Calm Wellness Services. We are located it's Calm Wellness Services Center for Integrated Healing. And that is located at 6333 North Green Bay Avenue in Glendale, Milwaukee, Glendale 53209. The phone number to book a service or ask questions is 414-909-2488. I encourage you to go to the website, which is Welcome, like welcome, but WELKALM.com. That's WELKALM.com to learn about the services that we offer. Feel free to call or ask questions. Also follow me on Google. Of course, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. If you can Google it, you can find me. I'm pretty savvy with making sure that the brand is intact and that we everywhere. So you can Google Calm these days, or you can Google my name, and Calm Wellness Services definitely coming up for all the things. I do have my podcast.
Wait. I need the introduction. Like, I need Radio Patrice right now.
The radio show. Right.
You clowning, man.
We got the. Well, watch how the switch happened, though.
Alter ego.
You fool. Anyway, it's your girl, Just Patrice, live at JustPatriceBlowRadio.com, officially in the building. Make sure you tune in every Monday, 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on BlowRadio.com. You can jump us on Facebook, on our Facebook group, Live with Just Patrice, Live with Just Patrice on YouTube. You can check me out there. I'm available 1 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We talk to you live. You can call in 414-885-4739 or you can jump right in on Instagram, follow us and check it out, see what we got going on. Of course, the Bartenders Lounge is officially in the building every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Me and your girl, YFB Kelly, getting in. We talking all things bar, all things hospitality. And this Wednesday, we are going to be on location in Milwaukee at Rise and Grind Cafe. Make sure you slide through. There's a post on my page as well as in any one of those Instagram places, because I share all my stuff. I cross promote because that's what I do. If you're gonna find me, you're gonna find me in all of the places, and that is how I roll.
Rudy, I'm following you. I'm firing you, folks. Patrice, you gonna be the co-host. She just took your job, Kim.
Y'all funny. I love it. He said, watch the switch up. Watch the switch up.
We so appreciate you, Treese.
I appreciate y'all for having me and for letting me share. Like, I'm so passionate about wellness and encouraging people to like get on your job, yo. Take care of you. Like, seriously, you have to. You want to be available to your children, to your family members. You want to be available to your businesses. The success of that, you got to be right. You got to be well. You got to be right. You got to be well.
Well, this is another episode of Airskillz podcast. Definitely make sure you follow us on YouTube, Spotify. Check in. You can follow me and Laura Rudy on Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff. And we just want to say thank you for everybody who viewed. Make sure that you like, share, and all of that good stuff. Rudy, what's up, man? You got anything you want to say before we go?
Man, I'm full, man. I enjoyed the show, Treese. Thank you again for coming on. As usual, you gave me a lot of gems, but most of all, you gave me a lot of ideas and things to come in the near future, not only for me, but for all three of us to collab and continue to grow together. So
for sure,
I appreciate the relationship. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate all the energy that you give me. So
Thank you.
All right, man. Airskillz podcast. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Airskillz Podcast.